Why is Parkour Reborn so seemingly dead? Well, the first reason is of course because it's in alpha, but let's talk about why it's dead in alpha. So this mainly comes down to 4 factors: content, the paid restriction, consistency, and community, and a couple of sub-factors. Now let's first talk about the content, as there is currently 3 districts on the map: Downtown, Derwick, Fragment, and a bit of Skyark. And of course, naturally, players explore all of those districts and places, but after they explore everything, they think there's nothing left to do, and then they just leave the game. But then again, there's gears like Yank Grappler, Swing Grappler, Lawn Trail, Zipline Kit. Like, there's a lot of gears if you think about it, but it's been a long time since they've actually released those gears. And that's also where the consistency comes in too. But there's not much to say about content because there is really no content, because again, it is in alpha, and for alpha this is pretty insane for a game. But after you've played it for long enough, there's just not a lot to do. But now let's talk about the paid restriction. So Parkour Reborn costs 349 Robux just so you can be able to play it. Of course, that is because it's an alpha, and when there are free periods, there is like 1,000 to 2,000 players, which is still a very good amount of players. But why it's so dead in alpha is just because it's paid. And I really do believe that it does come down to the paid restriction, because people don't want to pay to just be able to play the game. Because again, when beta comes out, they're gonna be able to play it whenever, just like right now, but you won't have to pay. And there's not much to talk about here besides the history of it. It costed 5,000 Robux before, now it costs 300, and when it goes in beta, it'll be free. Now, the consistency is where things get a little bit complicated. In order for updates to be consistent, you have to have a good dev team. For example, like 100 people working on a game, or like even 20 for a small game like this one. Well, okay, I say small game even though it's a really big game actually. But in order for there to be more players, the game has to be consistent with its updates, and Parkour Reborn is really known for being inconsistent. But hey, at least there are still updates, because I can't really say about the game because I'm only making videos on it. And then the last thing is community, but wait, the video isn't gonna be over yet. Keep watching. If the community is toxic to other players and is like, oh wow, you can't do that, you're so trash, people will probably leave the game, and some might even rage quit. Now let's get into the sub factors. There is also mod activity. I don't really think that would bring players. Maybe if they did admin abuse, like in Grow a Garden. Holy shit, can't believe I'm saying that. Like if they do some challenges and then 5 or 10 people get Swing Grappler 3 if you do this. I feel like then players would get intrigued, but I don't think it will bring new players to the game. And then there's also how much fun you have. This game is a real problem for the people who rage quit. Once you die a dozen times in this game in the matter of like 5 minutes, you could probably rage on that. And yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.